fresh fried potatoes, red ripe tomatoes. I ain't never satisfied. I want the frim fram sauce, that also fed. Chef Fi-Fi on the side. Hi, welcome to Robert's Mostyum Cooking Show. Today we have Chef Ken Gordon from the Gamekeeper restaurant. Good to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me.
You and your wife Wendy are the owners of the restaurant?
That's right. We've had the restaurant for about 5 years now, and things are going great. And we love cooking, feeding people.
Wonderful. We'll learn more about your restaurant as we go through our session today. What are you cooking?
Today we're going to have several dishes. We're going to start out with some California figs that we're going to warm with some smoked duck prosciutto, some Maytag blue cheese, and we're going to top everything off with a 100-year-old balsamic vinegar.
How exciting. All right.
I'm excited.
What's your second dish?
After that, we're going to go to sauteed chanterelle and shiitake mushrooms. We're going to put that over a cornmeal batter cake and finish it off with a white wine butter sauce.
Yummy.
I hope so.
And then you're going to finish up with?
Then we're going to go to a pan-seared, or excuse me, a pan-fried trout, and we're going to put that with a grilled grits cake and top that off with a fresh lemon caper salsa. How
exciting. The Gamekeeper.
Yeah.
Folks, go to the Gamekeeper restaurant and tell them you saw
Come eat with us.
Chef Ken Gordon on the show. Okay, well, let's begin your appetizer with the figs.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to start out with by slicing this prosciutto really thin. This is actually a duck breast that's cured in the style that they cure prosciutto. It's just salt cured.
Yes. And
then lightly smoked. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that. I'm going to take one of these beautiful figs here.
Right.
And I'm just going to take a few pieces of it and open it up just a little bit.
I've seen the dried figs, but this is my first experience looking at the fresh one.
They're absolutely delicious. Here, I messed this one up. Why don't you taste it?
All right. Mm-hmm.
They have all those seeds in there, but they're nice and
very flavorful.
Yeah,
yeah.
Nice and sweet.
Yes.
And I'm just going to take a couple pieces of this and put it in each one of these.
Where is the Gamekeeper located?
We're out on Shulls Mill Road, which is right across the street. We're right across the street from Yanalasi, and it's a beautiful place. We're 15 minutes from everywhere, and I think a lot of people just don't know exactly where we are, but we're 2.5 miles off of the Parkway. We're 5 minutes up the road from Hound Ears, 10 minutes down the road from Blowing Rock, and it is just it's just a great place. We're close to everything, but we're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes, I've been there. I was there last year with a session with Crippen's Restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
We did a wonderful wine pairing with the meal, and it was a fantastic experience. You want to go to the Gamekeeper, folks. Great dining experience. Now, you're using Maytag blue cheese?
That's right. Maytag blue cheese comes out of, I think it's Wisconsin. It might be Michigan. Don't quote me on that. But at any rate, they let me try another one of these. You might be familiar with the name from Maytag,
right,
the appliance company. Well, a few generations ago, one of the members of the family decided to make some cheese and has been making for some time now the premier blue cheese in the country. And so we thought that would be the perfect accompaniment to this dish.
Nice.
It's nice and rich, similar to a gorgonzola.
Yes.
And this is sticking all over my fingers, but boy, is it going to be good when it comes out of the oven.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're going to bake this then?
Okay, we're going to pop this in the oven just for a minute, just to warm it up.
Okay.
And just let that cheese melt on there just a little bit, all those flavors come together.
Alrighty.
And we'll put it on a plate and eat it.
Okay, let's put that in the oven. Now, you've got this out of the oven, Ken. Tell us the temperature and the time, please.
We put it into 375 for probably 3 or 4 minutes, just enough to get it hot and warm through, to get the cheese melted, not melted all over the place.
Nice.
But just enough to bring out all those flavors. And I'm just going to put it on
Yes,
here
that blue cheese is just barely melted.
Just barely.
Yeah. So nice. And this is the way you'd present it in your restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And let's see.
Talk to us about this.
We just need a little bit of this to set it off. This is a 100-year-old balsamic vinegar. It comes from the province of Reggio Emilia in Italy, which is, I think it's near Tuscany somewhere in there, north of Rome, somewhere like that.
100-year-old balsamic vinegar.
100-year-old.
You can't find that in the grocery store.
No, this little bottle costs $150, so we're just going to go very sparingly with this. And just whoa.
So tell us a little bit about the
too much
balsamic.
there.
How's that produced?
Balsamic, they take the must from the grapes after they crush them to get the juice for the wine. They take all of the skins and everything that's left over, put it into these barrels and wooden barrels, and let it sit until it naturally ferments, and then from there it becomes acidic across a period of time, and then they transfer it from one barrel to another. About every year they taste it to see what kind of wood it should go into next. They'll go from oak to cherry to I guess whatever, whatever they think it needs, and just pass it on down from one large barrel to a smaller one to a smaller one to a smaller one, and in the end they end up with this this beautifully sweet, syrupy, delicious stuff.
Interesting.
I'm just going to put a little bit of rosemary, because rosemary should...
Got some fresh chopped rosemary.
Should go well with that.
Yes. And these little grapes you've put in here?
These are champagne grapes from California. And a sprig of rosemary, and that's our dish.
It's beautiful.
And it's delicious.
I'm sure that's true.
You ready to eat it?
Ready.
Hey, I'm Joe. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I live here in Boone. I'm real happy to be here. This is my father, Tony. Dad's still making the meatballs here. We serve stromboli every day. We have 4 different kinds of stromboli. Come take a look at some of my walls here. This is what we call the wall of colorful characters. Hey, come over here. Let me show you. We're going to make a cannoli. So this is Joe, and we want you to come and see us at Joe's Italian Kitchen at the Boone Heights Shopping Center behind the Burger King.
Finest cookware and perfect gift ideas can be found at the Country Gourmet in Fosco. For 30 years, the Country Gourmet has been the destination for anything from candles to clocks, dishes to decorations, silverware to surprises, and gifts you can't find just anywhere. Make a bridal wish list or a wish list for anyone who wants to enjoy the many items to choose from. Open year-round, 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday, and 12 to 5 on Sundays.
And now, Chef, what's your next dish?
Okay, we're going to saute some chanterelle mushrooms and shiitake mushrooms. We're going to put those over a cornmeal batter cake, and we're going to finish that with a white wine butter sauce.
How exciting.
Yeah. So let me, we got the pan hot and ready.
Yeah,
over
we got
here.
some smoke coming off the pan.
A little bit of butter in there. It's just like a pancake you'd have at home, except that we'll put a little bit of cornmeal in it.
So your batter is eggs and buttermilk, flour, cornmeal, and you've
and green onions.
Green onions. What other dishes do you serve at the Gamekeeper?
Oh, we have all kinds of stuff. We've, being the Gamekeeper, we have to have tons of game, and so we have, we swap out the menu very often. So it depends when you're coming in, but we have venison, elk, buffalo, boar, ostrich, to name a few of the game items that we have.
How fascinating.
But we also have plenty of what people might say normal food. We have a filet mignon that's to die for. we cook over a wood-fired grill, and I have friends that bring me applewood and cherry and hickory and
great flavors.
Whatever kind of fruit wood they can get their hands on. And we just try to make everything that comes off that grill just as delicious as we can.
Nice. And now you're going to take the mushrooms and prepare them?
We've got some beautiful chanterelle mushrooms out of Washington State. It is their time right now. When they start popping up, the price comes down, and it's a short season, so we get them while we can. We just finished up morel season. They were absolutely gorgeous this year. We had the regular morels and the blonde morels as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and take this out.
Okay.
Just set it right here on the cutting board for a minute.
All right.
And go back. And we're going to saute these in just a little bit of butter. And we're going to start off with just a little bit of garlic. And I've got several different kinds of onions here. I've got some shallots. When we had morels in, we were doing this dish with morels, and also leeks were in at the time. Excuse me, not leeks, but ramps were in at the time.
Oh, yes.
And so we were using those as much as we could. But right now I've got some roasted roasted leeks right there, baby leeks. Here's our mushrooms. A little bit of salt.
Oh, yeah.
It's a hot flame there.
That is a hot one. So you had the morels with the ramps?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a delicious combination.
Amazing.
And when you eat a pancake, you love to have the butter just soak into the pancake and the syrup and everything. So we make a butter sauce with this that just soaks into the pancake, and so all those savory flavors get mixed in there. So we're going to deglaze this with a little locally made white wine here. There's more and more wines coming out of North Carolina.
Yes, there's an interest in growing grapes here in the high country to produce wine.
They say it's one of the best regions to grow it in outside of France and California. So there's more and more starting it up.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, that looks good, smells delicious. Yummy.
Okay. I'm just going to cut
You
this
got
pancake up.
Oh, I love the idea of the onions in there, the green onions.
Okay. It's about where we need it to be, and I'm just going to add, this could be a vegetarian dish if you wanted it to be, but I'm going to add a little bit of veal stock here.
Oh, yeah.
To make it nice and rich.
Is that a demi-glaze? Do you offer some vegetarian food?
Absolutely. Before Wendy and I got into the Gamekeeper, we were actually toying around with the idea of a vegetarian restaurant, and we were very close to doing that. But then we found the Gamekeeper, and of course we had to stick with the game.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of chives, so even more onions.
Oh, yes.
And I'm going to top it off with a little bit more butter.
Oh, good.
Make sure. Oh, yeah. Got the salt flavor in there, the wine flavor in there. Mix the butter up, and so it becomes nice and creamy.
That smells so good.
All right, we're going to put that on top of our pancake.
Oh, that's exciting.
And oops. When these mushrooms are in season, there's nothing better. We feature game, obviously, but our passion is the vegetables, and I'm so glad that our season here is summertime, because that is that's when everything is just the best. And we have so many different local people that bring us wonderful things.
Yes.
And it's so nice to be able to feature them.
And I noticed you've got lots of herbs and beautiful edible flowers here. You probably grow those at the Gamekeeper.
Actually, we're kind of kind of in the woods, and we don't get a lot of sun, so we don't have the opportunity to grow that much. But what we can grow at home, we grow flowers, and we have friends bring us herbs, and so we're always have great stuff coming.
Nice. The sage you just put on there, lovely aroma.
That's our dish.
Gadabout's Catering Service. Bill and Eileen Gaddy can provide just about anything you can dream up, from catering your function to gourmet to go. Gadabout's Catering Service. Earth Fare, the healthy supermarket on King Street in downtown Boone, offers all the foods you love, only better. Earth Fare, the healthy supermarket.
Hey, I'm Joe. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I live here in Boone. I'm real happy to be here. This is my father, Tony. Dad's still making the meatballs here. We serve stromboli every day. We have 4 different kinds of stromboli. Come take a look at some of my walls here. This is what we call the wall of colorful characters. Hey, come over here. Let me show you. We're going to make a cannoli. So this is Joe, and we want you to come and see us at Joe's Italian Kitchen at the Boone Heights Shopping Center behind the Burger King.
Finest cookware and perfect gift ideas can be found at the Country Gourmet in Fosco. For 30 years, the Country Gourmet has been a destination for anything from candles to clocks, dishes to decorations, silverware to surprises, and gifts you can't find just anywhere. Make a bridal wish list or a wish list for anyone who wants to enjoy the many items to choose from. Open year-round, 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday, and 12 to 5 on Sundays.
We ready to do the trout?
Chef, yes, we're ready to do the trout.
All right.
Please.
What we've got